Is Instacart slow in your area? I'm about to tell you why. In this video, I'm going to show you and explain to you what they do when they hire new shoppers and why you never see all the batches that you used to get every single week from regular customers. I'm also going to explain why Instacart wants us to come sit in these parking lots and wait for batches, and how the Cart Star system is a complete joke, and your location and your ratings have nothing to do with batch access. Now, here's the truth about sitting in parking lots. Even if you are Diamond Cart status, it does not matter. The biggest priority that you have is being a new shopper. So let me give you guys an example of what I mean when I say that Instacart is holding jobs for certain shoppers for when you're new. This was a post that I made a couple of years ago, and I was just under a year of being in on Instacart. So as you can see, they're showing me this $53 batch. It's a double. It's 56 items, 70 units. It's got a $40 tip. That's a pretty good job. And as you can see, it's staying on my screen. Normally, someone would just snatch that up right away. But as you can see, this video is about 2 minutes long. They are showing me this batch for a whole 2 minutes until I accept the job. That is how much time they are giving the new shoppers to decide whether or not they want to take the batch. Everyone knows that this kind of job would be taken immediately. And as you can see, I've got all the time in the world to choose this job. Now let me fast forward a little bit. And you'll see that I eventually just take the job. And the reason I was so hesitant on it is because I know that there's even bigger jobs out there, 70s, 80s, 100s, whatever. Now, you know, as you can see in the post, I put, I know y'all can't be that greedy with a $40 tip. I had time to check out the whole order and everything before swiping. Now here's another example of a batch that was being held for just me. Now, as you can see, this is a $40 batch going only 8 miles and 14 items for $40. Now, you cannot tell me that that's not a good job and that nobody else was around to take it. Yet I posted, not sure why this has been sitting for so long. I'd jump on this if I wasn't headed out of town. That's the only reason I didn't take it, is because I was headed out of town. But why on earth would a $40 batch for 14 items be sitting for so long? Well, if you go to the comments here, you'll see Tamika at the bottom said, probably because nobody saw it. Something has got to be wrong with the Instacart system. Guys, they have been doing this for years. They haven't changed anything with the Cart Star system and priority access. Nothing at all has changed. Here's another example of when I received a $218 batch. Now, I was 35 minutes away from this store when I received this batch. Now, why on earth would they send me such a great batch from 35 minutes away? Well, I want to show you one of the comments on this post. And as you can see, Julie, she says, "I don't get it. I live in Gardendale," which is where the batch was from. "At 3:30 yesterday, I was sitting in the Publix parking lot waiting on an order. I have a 5-star rating. Never saw this batch. I think I need a better phone, but congrats on grabbing this unicorn." Look, she was in the parking lot and they wouldn't even show it to her. So I want to show you this last example. I used to have a customer that I served every single week. This customer told me, and they tell everybody, that they order every 5 days. Their orders are usually $60 every batch, and they always give you $20 cash when you deliver it to them. So you're guaranteed to make anywhere from $75 to $80 for their batch every single time. Well, I stopped getting Dan and Lisa's orders, and I figured out that my friend and new local shopper, Sarah, started to get their order every week. So, as you can see here, she says, "I'm headed to Dan and Lisa's house again." I said, "Must be nice." She said, "I lost track of time and it sat for like 5 minutes. I don't know where the heck everybody else is." I said, "Sat?" She said, "Yes, like in orders, waiting for somebody to accept the batch." I said, "I'm here. They just won't send the veterans to the veterans anymore." I said, "I'm telling you, they won't send them to me ever again. Blah, 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 blah." Then you'll see that she says, "That's ridiculous. I did drive up to Publix after I put my daughter on the bus because I knew they were due to order today. So I sat and waited on it, but I was on the phone with my mother and lost track of time and had a notification that was 5 minutes old. I thought for sure it would be gone by the time I got the app open again. But it wasn't. The batch was still there and Sarah was able to get the batch. So that is proof that they are holding batches for the newest shoppers. They have got so many shoppers believing that all the jobs just disappeared. The customers have left. Nobody's spending money anymore because of inflation. I mean, people are coming up with any and every excuse for why they don't see batches anymore. It's plain and simple. They are being sent to the new shoppers. I don't know how many times I've talked to one of the Costco employees and they asked me, "Where have you been? I haven't seen you in forever, and I see all these new shoppers." And it's so frustrating because we have to keep telling them how to organize their orders, and they keep slowing down the lines here. All that is happening is the majority of the orders, the good batches, are going to new shoppers. That's it. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible to get the good batches anymore, but it is way harder to get those batches. The only way you will get those batches is when all the new shoppers are unavailable. They have to either be on an order currently and unavailable, or they just quit and they're not logged in. That is the only way you'll be able to get a good batch, is when nobody else is available.